Hello, what's up? Welcome back to another episode. And my last video, the Groundhog Day video that I just did, that was me mainly having a rant about the fact that we still have these people that just can't seem to accept the fact that Xbox have massively pivoted and gone third party, and everything on Xbox is now coming over to PlayStation and Nintendo Switch 2. That's what that video was about. It wasn't really about Gears of War. That was just the topic of the discussion in the video. The fact that Gears of War is the latest pillar to fall out of the Xbox exclusives. You had Gears, Forza and Halo. Forza's on PlayStation. Gears is now on PlayStation or coming to PlayStation. And now it's just a matter of time before we wait to get Halo. When Halo comes over, that is going to be huge. That game is going to sell. It's going to make... I can't stress how much money that game's going to make. And how exciting it's going to be able to jump back into Halo and cross-play against people on Xbox and PlayStation. Hopefully you can turn it off between PC, because I don't like playing against people on PC, even though I'm a PC gamer myself. But I think PC's got a very unfair advantage when it comes to mouse and keyboard, and there's a lot of cheating goes on PC as well. I'm excited for this. And I think a lot of other people should be excited for this. And I genuinely think people that play on Xbox should be excited for this. And I'm sure there are people on Xbox that are excited for this. Because this is just going to, this is so exciting for the Gears of War franchise. Can you just imagine people that haven't even played that franchise, that haven't played Gears of War, what a fucking ride they're in for when they play that game. The cover system's amazing. The enemies are amazing. The story's amazing. The voice acting's amazing. Delta 6 is the characters: Cole, Baird, Dom, Marcus. It's just, and that's the first game. The first game. You can almost guarantee that they're going to do Gears of War 2 Reloaded, Gears of War 3 Reloaded. I don't think they should bother with 4 and 5 personally, because that's what, for me, and then the multiplayer was good. The story for me, wasn't great. I think that's why they've gone back to E-Day to reboot it a little bit. But this game it's going to be huge, and I think if you haven't played Gears of War, you should 100% buy and play this game. It's looking like it's going to be about £40 to £50 in the UK. I heard $40 in the US. It's got all the DLCs, all the maps for the multiplayer. The multiplayer is great as well. You know, the multiplayer is great. I've seen a lot of people on the Xbox side that are excited to absolutely shred new players on PlayStation. And I got some misinformation as well. I watched Mr. Matty Plays. I watched his YouTube channel on Gears of War coming to PlayStation today while I was at work, and he was saying that if you don't have an Xbox account and you don't sign in, if you sign into this is what he said, and it's not true, but he said if you sign into Gears of War on PlayStation 5 and you sign in with your Xbox account, it unlocks crossplay. So if you don't want crossplay, don't sign in to the Xbox account with your PlayStation. I then tweeted that out, and then somebody quickly corrected me, which I appreciate. Turns out that's not true. Crossplay is just going to be there regardless. But I think it's great. It's coming at the end of August, which is this year, and it's just going to breathe new life into the game. I don't know if I'll get it. I mean, for 40 quid, I'd pick it up. I'd pick it up. I would purchase it. I would 100% buy it and play it and try and get the platinum. And I played it to death on 360, and I think it's a great game. It would have been nice if we'd got the trilogy on a disc like the Halo collection, but obviously Xbox wants to make as much money as they can, and that's what they're doing. And you know, Xbox, whether you like it or not, and I love it, I think it's fantastic, but Xbox are absolutely killing it at the moment. They're the biggest publisher on PlayStation, and that is just crazy to think about. They're not doing so well in the hardware business, and I genuinely think that eventually they're going to leave the hardware business, because charging $700, $600 for a 4-year-old console doesn't exactly send a great message to the next Xbox when the handheld comes out. But I am genuinely really excited for this game to come out. The thing that I don't understand is some of the comments that I've seen when the Gears of War Twitter account, posted it's coming to PlayStation. I would just love to know what makes these people tick. These people that go into the comment section and be like, this is an absolute betrayal. I can't believe Xbox is doing this. And I just think, like, where's the loyalty? Do you know what I mean? I would be annoyed if I had invested like 11 years of my gaming life into a console and everything was going over to the competition. Yeah, I'd be annoyed about it. I've always said to myself, I never want to lock myself off to one system. And I've always had every console on the market for that generation for a good few generations now. There was a long time ago where I did used to just have a PlayStation, or I did used to just have a 360, but then I quickly bought a PlayStation 3, and then I quickly, I just don't, and it's expensive. I get it, it's expensive, but this whole I just think people should love all of gaming, not just, I'm going to stay in this corner with this group of people and trash the other people in that corner. It just seems a little bit lost for me, but that's maybe my age, turning 40 on Saturday. So I'm really excited for this game. I think this, God, it's like, I just can't believe that it's coming to PlayStation, and then Halo's coming to PlayStation, and Starfield's coming to PlayStation. This is the way Microsoft's going now. Do you know what I mean? But the money that they're making at the moment is crazy. Like Indiana Jones sold really well on PlayStation 5. Forza sold really well on PlayStation 5. You know, Sea of Thieves sold really well on PlayStation 5. And it is a little bit hypocritical from people that were like back in the Xbox has no games back and forth between Xbox and PlayStation. It's very hypocritical for the people that were saying that to then rush out and buy a £100 version of Forza so they can get it 3 days early. Rushing out and buying Grounded, rushing out and buying Pentiment, you know, supporting these games. But it's just like a vicious circle. The people that are buying these games, people that are buying these Xbox games on PlayStation are inadvertently supporting Xbox to do this more. It just seems to be there's a lot of noise from the Xbox side of the diehards and the people that feel like this is a huge betrayal. And and these are grown men, by the way. Do you know what I mean? People that are older than me. And I just think life's too short to be throwing shade at other companies and other platforms because exclusives are now releasing on other platforms. I don't understand. I think this generation's been the most interesting generation that we've had so far in terms of what Xbox are doing. But the reason that Xbox are doing this is because they've had to do this. You know, Xbox hasn't been doing very well for the past God knows how many fucking years. So they've had to do something. And this is working out really well for them. Number one publisher on PlayStation. And you don't think that Xbox, Microsoft Gaming or Microsoft are looking at this and going, Jesus Christ, look at these numbers. Look at the money that we're making here. Yes, of course, we're going to release more games over there because people are going to buy them. I would have liked Game Pass to come to PlayStation. I think that would have just been simpler. The fact that they're not doing that and they haven't put Game Pass on PlayStation and they're not getting a subscription of what is it now, £12 a month? They're getting a full sale of a video game. I would even argue that more people on PlayStation are buying Xbox games than people on Xbox are, because people seem to be heavily reliant on Game Pass, whereas that is literally just a subscription. You download, you play your game. Christ, you can even this, and it's crazy to say this. When Doom Eternal comes out, I'm gonna reactivate my Game Pass subscription. I'm gonna download Doom Eternal. I'm gonna play Doom Eternal, finish Doom Eternal, and then I'm gonna request a refund of my Game Pass subscription and get my £14 back because they give you a full refund. They're not bothered at all. When you go and cancel your Game Pass subscription, it gives you an option. You can either cancel it now right away and get a full refund and then the money's back in your account in a day or two, or you can cancel it and they won't charge you for the next month, leaving you for the rest of the month to play your Xbox Game Pass library. And Game Pass is the same as Netflix. There's Netflix, like we've got Netflix and we watch stuff on Netflix, but a lot of the times I'm like, oh, there's fuck all on here. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing interesting to watch. And it does go through a little bit of a dry spell and it's like, ugh. Now I've been using Game Pass for years. I've played all the games, like the big games that I want to play. I've played all the Gears of Wars, all the Halos. I've played, Sunset Overdrive, all the Rise, Son of Rome, Quantum Break. I've played all these games. Hellblade 2. When you've played all these games and you're waiting for things to come on there, Game Pass is pretty pointless. No, I wouldn't say pointless, but it's pretty like. There's got to be things on there to play for people to be interested in it. I don't think it's sensible to just subscribe to Game Pass and have 14 quid flying out your bank account every month when you're not even using it. So the customer service side of Xbox Game Pass is crazy. The fact that you can cancel it at any time and get a full refund at any time is bonkers, and I'm surprised they even still allow it. But trillion dollar company, are they that bothered? So it's very interesting to see what's going on in this generation with Xbox and PlayStation. And I genuinely think that next generation is going to be really interesting because I don't think the next Xbox console, I don't think it's going to sell very well. If the current Xbox Series X is $600 in the US, and that's a 4-year-old console, and we're like 2 to 3 years away from the next generation, that new handheld is going to be $600 or more when it launches. And that is fucking crazy. PlayStation Pro, 700 quid, ridiculous price for a console, absolutely ridiculous. But it's the best console out at the moment, which is going to allow you to play GTA better when it comes out, hopefully. Just had a Returnal update. These games are getting slammed, and it's night and day. I'm playing Oblivion downstairs and up here. I play upstairs on the Pro, downstairs on the TV with the PlayStation down there, and the difference between frame rates and lighting is just fucking crazy. Obviously, PC's PC, but it is crazy because you got the marketing as well behind Xbox, and it's like everything's an Xbox now. But I don't understand the whole PlayStation is third party conversation, because you can't play Ghost of Yotai on an Xbox, you can't play Ghost of Yotai on a Switch, but you're probably going to be able to play you're probably going to be able to play it on PC. That doesn't make it third party. That just means it's on PlayStation and it's on PC. That's not third party. And I think that's where people get a little bit confused with that as well. I am really excited for Gears of War to come to PlayStation. I think it's going to sell really well, as it should. I think it's going to send a big message to Xbox that they want more Gears games, that, E-Day is probably going to be day one on PlayStation. I don't think Xbox is going to carry on doing this. Well, it's exclusive on Xbox for 6 months and then we're going to release it everywhere. I think it's going to be out of the gate. We want the money now. But it's just the pointless little back and forth and the arguments and people acting like the sky's falling, people still in denial, people not accepting it, people, and I get it. You people like that are just too invested in the fandom of video games rather than actual video games. Like I said, cheering on video game consoles like they're a football team, Team Red versus Team Blue. It's lost on me, that mindset. I love video games. I've done the whole fanboy thing. I've spoke about it in previous videos. I just think, why can't we just enjoy video games? And if PlayStation don't want to start, I've even seen comments where people say, well, I hope PlayStation's going to give us something if they're getting Gears of War. It doesn't work like that. PlayStation would probably make a fucking shitload. And do you know what? If PlayStation started releasing video games, releasing their exclusive library on Xbox, like Returnal, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, all these absolute bangers, if they started dropping them on the Xbox store, you can guarantee that everyone on the Xbox would be rushing out and buying these games. So they would be doing what's happening now. Do you know what I mean? And that's where the whole hypocrite thing comes in, and that's where I get really annoyed, because everyone just loves video games. And the fact that Halo and Gears and Forza are dropping on PlayStation, it doesn't take anything away from the people that have already played and experienced it on Xbox. The same as if, like I said, Horizon Forbidden West, Ghost of Tsushima, Returnal dropped on the Xbox store tomorrow. Yeah, there'd be a lot of people that would be genuinely upset, and it's the insecure people that I'm talking about. But most people would be like, fucking enjoy it, play Returnal, it's a great game, you're gonna love it. And I just think that's where we get a little bit lost, because just because this is happening with PlayStation and Xbox now doesn't mean that, I can't see it happening anywhere. So I cannot see Ghost of Yotai and PlayStation suddenly start releasing all their exclusive on an Xbox console. I can't see that. I'd be very surprised if it did. But if it did, it wouldn't even bother me. I've platinumed Ghost of Tsushima, and it's a fucking brilliant game. And I wish people had more ways to play it. And the fact that it's on PC, great, fantastic. If it went to Xbox, I would just be like, fucking play it. It's a great game. It's pretty straightforward platinum. It's got a really great story. It's so sad and moving. The graphics are fantastic. It's such a great, crazy world. So authentic. So I don't understand why we can't just think like that and be like, just enjoy video games. But at the same time as well, exclusives sell systems. That's why Xbox has pivoted the way they have, because they haven't had anything outside of Gears, Forza and Halo. That's why they bought Activision Blizzard, because they wanted to have a few more IPs under the belt. But everything's staying third party, and now we're getting all these exclusives over to PlayStation. So it's one of them conversations where it's just, I think it doesn't matter what you say, you're always going to put a target on your back. Like, the only people that are still doing it old school is Nintendo. You're not going to be able to suddenly play Mario Kart on an Xbox or a PlayStation or a PC. But even if Nintendo started releasing their exclusive IP on the PC, so it was just on the Switch and PC, that doesn't make them third party, because you can't play it on an Xbox or a PlayStation. And that's the same situation that PlayStation's in. Just because they're releasing some of their games onto PC doesn't mean they're third party, because you can't play them exclusives on the Switch or the Xbox. And it's just that easy. Helldivers is a great example. I think Helldivers should have gone to Xbox, because that game's fantastic as well. And I think more people, live services and stuff, should go everywhere, But exclusive sell systems. It's just a crazy time that we live in. And I think that Xbox is just, whether you like it or not, Xbox haven't been performing for the past 11 years. And they've had to change and make new moves. And it's benefiting them. They're making a fuckload of money, and they're the biggest publisher on PlayStation. So it might work out for them. Do you know what I mean? But they've had to make this move because they were just flailing around. They just had no clue what they were doing. Relying on Game Pass. Every conversation, it was just Game Pass. And that was it. That's the video. That's my thoughts on the whole Gears coming over to PlayStation. If you haven't played it, please wishlist it and fucking play it when it comes out. It's a fantastic game. And if you you know, you're going to get it for free on Xbox anyway if you've already bought it on placed on the Xbox store. Let's just enjoy these games, you know. And it's an old game as well. It's a really old game. Do you know what I mean? It's an old game. So that's it. That's it. Anyway, we'll see you on the next video. As always, leave a like, leave a subscribe, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Take care of yourselves.